The latest New South Wales flood emergency unfolds. The town of Forbes in the state's central west is bracing for its worst flood in 70 years. It's feared as many as 600 properties will go underwater, with water levels rising faster than expected. The nearby town of Eugowra has been left devastated. Dozens of homes there have been inundated. The water rose so fast, around 150 of the town's 700 residents had to be rescued from their rooftops.
Just come up like a tsunami. It was just coming out of nowhere. It was only like ankle deep, and then all of a sudden it just poured in. Couldn't get our stuff. We just tried to get up on the roof and sit there until the helicopter came.
She was in the water for about an hour and a half. I finally got her up there. The water was up to our waist.
10 News First reporter Taylor Ryan is in Eugowra and joins us now. Taylor, Eugowra is being described as a war zone. What's the situation there now?
Waleed, it's a cliche when someone says it looks like a bomb went off, but it really is what it looks like here. There's really no corner of Eugowra that's untouched by this huge flood event. You can really see how powerful these floodwaters were when they ripped through this town just a couple of nights ago. And here at the Eugowra Showgrounds, we've got a few people gathering behind me. They are gathering to have some food. They've been here for a few nights sleeping because they simply cannot return to their properties. And for a lot of them, this is a really new experience. This town hasn't seen a flood event like this in decades, and for a few people they're very unsure about the process and have a very uncertain few nights ahead.
Well, Forbes is not far from where you are now. It's bracing for the worst flooding in 70 years there. Do we know if that community is prepared?
Forbes was hit by floods just 2 weeks ago, so that is an area that is very familiar with how to handle a flood emergency, although we have heard that the Lachlan River there is expected to peak at 10.8 metres tonight, and that is higher than the flood event that was a fortnight ago, so definitely a more serious event for them. But given that they have such experience in that community, it is hoped that people do follow the evacuation orders and know exactly what to do in this kind of emergency, and that we don't see any, loss of life like we have in the past.
Taylor, we're hearing reports that the closest Telstra tower is down. How concerning is that from a safety point of view?
Yeah, it's been really confusing for people here and really unsettling because a lot of them have family in Sydney that are desperate to hear from their, relatives in this area, and they haven't been able to get through. We met a few of them at the showgrounds today, and because we happen to have phones that are operating on the Optus network, we could help a few people get in touch with their, children and extended family that are sort of back in Sydney that hadn't been able to confirm, if they're, in this case, if their parents had made it out. So at least we could help in some way, but certainly a lot of people are struggling to get in touch with loved ones because of those communications issues, and it's a really big problem at the moment.
Let's hope they're all safe. Taylor, thank you very much for speaking to us tonight.
Thanks, guys.